Hey, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to click on this video. So welcome. Okay, it is Friday. Happy Venus Day to you. All right. You know, Fridays vibrate with the energy of Venus. All right. Now, it is also April 2nd, 2021. And it is day 5 of the level up journey. Okay. If you are just tapping in and joining us on this journey, what you are requiring to join the journey is simply just a journal, right? A journal, and every day we get steps, and then it's your job to tap in and to do the work yourself. So you just get the steps, right? We tapping in and you're doing the work. Okay. Now today's day 5. All right. It is the 2nd of April, 2021, vibrating on the number 2. When you add the 4th month, 2nd day, and the year 2021 together, it reduces down to the number 2. So we have the number 2 vibrating for the day. We also have it's the 2nd day of the month too. So you have 2 vibrating on the date also. Also keeping in mind that it is Friday once again, which is ruled by Venus. We have the sun in Aries, but we still have the moon in Sagittarius. So you want to be mindful when you're communicating, right? Because that Sagittarius energy can bring in a little bluntness and a little sharpness in the energy. So you want to be mindful of that as you're dealing with the moon's energy today. Okay, so welcome. My name is Kamoy. If you are new to the channel, if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you're tuning in via Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or my podcast, I want to thank you guys so much for doing so. Okay, so we got triple twos popping off in the date today, which is the 2nd day, and then you have 2021, which 3 twos, right? In the actual date's vibration today. So we're going to take a look at that. We also have the number 1 showing up in the date, as well as the number 4 showing up in the date. And I don't go over the number 0 enough, but what you do need to know is 0 is your life force. Okay, 0, you are the 0. You are the one that channels the energy. So you need to know that. Okay, so moving throughout the day, what you do need to know is the number 1 vibrates as the key to our communication skills of how we are going to express the divine through our ego. Okay. So vibrated in number 1 today, some of you may have to actually take the initiative to get things done. We are moving in the energy of Aries. So that's a lot of action energy, right? Movement energy. Okay. So now, taking initiative may be what some of you may need to do today. You're going to have to do that. Tapping into your willpower is also something that you can do vibrating within the number 1. All right. The number 1 also, just so you know, can deal with some passive energy. So you want to be mindful, because maybe not your energy, but you could be dealing with people that's passive aggressive today, because that energy is in the atmosphere with the number 1. Number 1 also can deal with arrogance. So energy that vibrates on a level of arrogance. So you want to just check yourself as well as check in to make sure that you don't jump over into someone else's vortex where they're behaving arrogantly, and then you get in your feelings and you respond to their energy. You don't want to do that. Okay. Now, so keep that in mind. We have a cluster of the number 2 today. We have triple twos popping up in the date today, right? You know, when triple twos pop up, that's all about minding your own business. Okay, so you're going to have to learn to mind your business today. Work on you today, okay? Which takes us in to what we're going to be focusing on today, right? Which is paying it forward. Self-love and gratitude is what we're going to be talking about today, okay? Now, number 2 is also the gateway to your intuition. So although you should be minding your business today with the triple twos and the cluster of twos, right? Number 2 also vibrates on you taking caution or being cautious, right? Using your discernment, okay? Maybe something that you guys have to tap in today. Now, being receptive to love is also in the atmosphere today with the vibration of the number 2. So some of you may have to be open to love, okay? Or maybe even so open to forgiveness too, because a lot of people, you know, you're open to the love, but you're not open to forgive. Yeah, you're going to have to work on some forgiveness also, okay? Can't have one without the other. Now, some people may have to tap into their diplomacy today. You may have to be a diplomat today. You may have to be the peacemaker today, honey. Okay. Now, I also want to say, vibrating with the number 2, some of you may have to tap into your soul's mission today. Okay. That may be something that you want to sit and focus on, especially as we are pushing forward with the 100-day level up. Like, you know, what's my purpose? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Does this feel right along my path, along my journey? Okay. So, yeah. Now, I also want to say we also have the number 4 vibrating within the date. The number 4 is at the center of the physical plane. Keeping in mind, the physical plane has to do with a lot of doing. This is the movement aspect, okay? The doing, the movement aspect of things. Now, number 4 also deals with you being able to learn how to master yourself. Learn how to control yourself. Okay, so we have self-control vibrating within the number 4 today, as well as self-mastery vibrating within the number 4. Not to mention being practical and organizing things today, or being practical and organized today. Right. Number 4 also vibrates on justice. Okay. And so for some of you, especially if you have anything going on with court today, just depending on what you've been putting out in the energy of the ethers, you can see justice coming back your way in several different ways today. And if you're in court today, you have some justice stuff that you need to take care of. Hopefully you've been putting out the right vibration. Okay. Now, keeping in mind that we do have some things going on in the heavens now, which means some of you may feel like things are moving a lot slower than you anticipated them. So you may be getting a little anxious and a little bit fidgety, but please, okay? You're in a good space if you're still standing your ground. If you're doing the flip-flop, you need to stand your ground. Just check everything twice and know that this is a process if you're moving throughout this energy today, okay? I also want to talk about April, okay? Because we talked about April and the 2 different vibrations that's going on with April, right? So April, the word April in the English geometry vibrates on the number 2. But when you do the Hebrew calculation, it vibrates on the number 321, which reduces down to the number 6, okay? So you got 6 vibrating on the creation and destruction energy for the month of April, right? So what are you creating or what are you destroying for the month of April? And then you also have the number 2, which talks about balance, okay, and using your intuition, right? 6 also deals with balance. So you have intuitive energy coming from the geometry on the English version, and then you have creation and destruction energy coming from the energy of the Hebrew calculation, right? So creation and destruction, right? What are you creating? What are you bringing balance into harmony of in your life? Who are you? Okay. So today, day number 5, what you're going to be doing is paying it forward with self-love and gratitude. Come on. What do you mean paying it forward with self-love and gratitude? Like, what does that look like? Right? Do you know sometimes what happens in life is that you want others to give you something that you're not even giving yourself? Right? So you want others to applaud you, right? And to be grateful for the things that you do and for the things that you give, right? But you're not even operating in gratitude for you or for what you have or for what you give yourself, right? Or what you give to others, okay? So self-love. Let me just tell you something right now. You're not operating in self-love if your intuition tells you not to do something and you don't listen. So let me give you an example. If your intuition says to you, okay, Kamoy, don't answer that phone because you know it's some drama, but I just believe that I should answer the phone anyway because I'm the go-to person. Everybody comes to me when they need help or whatever else you got in your mind about why you should answer that phone. After your spirit already told you not to answer that phone, guess what? I did not operate within self-love. I did not operate within self-love. I went against myself, right? Now, and then I wind up having this long conversation, walk away feeling drained and not feeling like I was poured into, right? So practice self-love. Self-love can be something as simple as spirit telling you to take a walk, and then your girlfriend calls you and you decide instead of taking a walk, right, you're going to go shopping. Right? When really maybe you needed to tune into nature, when really maybe there was a connection you needed to make, along your walk. Maybe there was some type of revelation you needed to come into, right? Self-love sometimes also can include saying no when you really mean yes, or saying yes when you really mean no, okay? When you're not honoring yourself and you walk away feeling like you did not get an even exchange, especially if you're not listening to yourself, you're not practicing self-love. Now, another thing that's going to be important as we're moving throughout the next 100 days is you being able to tap into a sense of gratitude, okay? So moving from here on out, every day you should incorporate gratitude. You should incorporate being thankful for something, okay? even if it's something as simple as being able to, I want to say, drink a glass of water, something as simple as being able to use a bathroom and wash your own hands. Tap in and be grateful, y'all. Okay, self-love and gratitude, that's what you're paying forward today. Okay, so you're paying yourself forward with self-love and gratitude. Okay, now let me just also tell you something right here. Okay, this paying it forward does not necessarily only have to do with you applying it to relationships. This paying it forward in self-love and gratitude can also be extended to your finances. Okay, so say for example, you know that you're spending too much. Okay, paying it forward and loving yourself will be creating a regiment or creating a routine where you're operating in balance, and maybe not doing the emotional shopping anymore, but journaling instead, or finding another outlet to really deal with what's going on internally. Right, so the next 100 days of leveling up does not necessarily mean that you have to level up in relationships only. You can be leveling up on your spirituality, leveling up on your scheduling, leveling up on your business, leveling up in your relationships, of course, but also leveling up in your finances. Like, where do you feel you need to pay it forward, love yourself, and tap into gratitude and create some new routine, right? So paying it forward in self-love and operating in gratitude from the financial aspect can look like this. It can look like, okay, I'm going to pay it forward and save $5. You know, let's say instead of spending my coffee money, I'm going to make my coffee at home, and then I'm going to save all of that coffee money for the week, that $25, and I'm going to bank that. Paying it forward, right? Paying it forward financially can mean maybe finally getting yourself something instead of making sure everybody else is okay. Paying it forward financially can mean, you know, tighten up on those bills that you know that you're behind on, even though you have the money, but you're just too lazy to sit up on the due date and hit the submit button, right? Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then you just keep putting it off. And it's not that you don't have the funds. You're just not programmed to do things when you're supposed to. You procrastinate, right? So you see how this paying it forward aspect can work on any level. It can work financially. It can work like I said, at work, okay? Paying it forward in self-love and gratitude at work could be not taking on more projects than you can handle, not taking an overload of work. Maybe if you have an overload of work, asking for help, paying it, because asking for help is operating in self-love, right? Because you're now giving and asking for the help that you need and not walking around feeling prideful, like, oh my gosh, I can't say anything. I don't want to be looked at a certain way. Honor yourself, and ask for what you feel you deserve. Ask for your self-worth. Okay, give yourself that self-worth. Okay, now we're going to be talking about all of these things that we progress throughout the 100 days and on the lives as well as on the lectures. Okay, so keep in mind, today we're paying it forward. You should be journaling every day, at least once a day. I'm not even going to give you a time frame, like pick a time, but you should be journaling, okay, every day. Now, lives are going to start next Wednesday, where we're going to go into a lot of this information that we've been talking about, okay? And also what you do need to know is the lectures are also going to be starting next Saturday. So the lives are going to be on Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. And the lectures are also going to be at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, but they're going to be on Saturday. Okay. So this is day number 5. We got 95 more days to go. And you can do a lot of change within the next 95 days, even if you weren't here for the first 5 days. But you can always go do playback and tap in, because these tips for the past 5 days can all be done within the same day. You can sit, you can reflect on them. So today's pay it forward. You're going to be paying it forward in self-love and gratitude. That is important as we move throughout the rest of the 100 days, because a lot of people don't give themselves self-love and they're not grateful for what they do have. How can you attract and bring more into your life if you're not even grateful for what you have? You're not even showing yourself any self-love, right? Okay. All right. Peace, love, and enlightenment to each and every one of you. You want to collect all your pieces so you can step into your wholeness. Keep in mind and remember, out of darkness comes enlightenment. All right, my lovelies, I'm going to see you guys in tomorrow's Daily Vibrations. Check out your monthlies. They're up on the YouTube channel if you have not done so yet, okay? All right, my loves, I'm going to see you guys in tomorrow's Daily Vibration. Bye, my loves.